Hello, this is Shruti Chopra at COP26. So since I'm here today, I'm interviewing people about what they thought about the event or what they can take back from the discussions that they saw or events that they saw about causes that they're working with. So I really hope you enjoy this interview and enjoy learning about people and their organizations.
My name is Kaya Axelson. I'm the Net Zero Policy Engagement Fellow at the University of Oxford.
Okay, so how do you like the event so far?
Well, it's a like many events in one. So there's the civil society, which has been bringing a lot of the energy into the space and really keeping us close to the human impact of what we're trying to do. There's the business side, which have been coming up with a lot of announcements, and a really clear message from this COP is about reporting back next time on how those announcements are translating into action. And then there's kind of the real heart of it, which is the negotiations. And I haven't been as close to those, but I understand that some unprecedented things have happened. We're not anywhere near as far as we need to be on loss and damage and on adaptation. But in general, this space is just an incredible democratic experiment with hundreds of people from absolutely everywhere negotiating and having a discussion about how we move forward on global climate governance. And it could be much more inclusive. We could have better representation from delegations and more support to delegations, particularly from those most impacted by climate change. But overall, it's an incredible thing that we're doing, and I hope that everyone outside can be brought into the conversation more in the future.
And what was your favorite part, would you say?
My favorite part of this COP was a moment, we're sitting under a giant globe right now, and there was a moment in which youth came in and were holding together a petition that had been signed by millions and millions of other young people, really holding the message that we have to go further, faster, and we have to try our best.
I am Lucy Wanjiro. I am from Kenya, working with an organization known as Neko Farm and Itese Partnership. I am a community worker, and I am at COP26 to represent the Kenyan rural woman. My ambitions and my prayer is to have the rural woman voice heard. That is why I came to COP #1. Also, I feel that we need to take good care of Mother Earth, because if we lose the Mother Earth, then it means that we are also losing, because we so much rely on it. And if we don't take good care of it, then we will also suffer in the future. As far as women are concerned, I feel that we live in male-dominated world, and I would like us to change this to involve women in planning, decision-making, and in implementation of the ideas, because this will help to change the world. It will help to change in terms of environment, and we will also be able to fight the climate change issues, because everything, we cannot have anything without life. And if we don't support the planet, then it means that life will be deprived from all the living organisms living in it. Thank you.
What was your favorite part of the event?
My favorite part of the event was when I was presenting on behalf of the rural woman.
Oh, wow.
I also advocate for organic farming, or what we call sustainable agriculture, because I feel that it is trying to rejuvenate the earth. And that is why I would like so much to go for sustainable agriculture and encourage community rural development. Yeah.
Hello, I'm Irene Lechenge from Kenya, Baringo County, from indigenous people. I'm health worker and also volunteering with a little big project empowering women and girls, young girls in school. I'm here representing the voice of women from indigenous community people. Yeah. This is because indigenous women, they are the most affected by climate change. So that's why I'm here to represent and to raise their voices so that at least COP26 join indigenous people and at least help them, because uh, most of them they are not uh, they are not educated, and they are prone to many things. It's my wish COP26 to join hands indigenous people and at least so that to be better. And my message is that no climate future without indigenous people. Yeah. So I'm here to raise awareness, to raise my voice on behalf of women and young girls. What I've learned from here, when I go back to my community level, I will go and give them the information so that at least they know what other world is doing.
My name is Samuele Tini. I work for an organization called Manitese that is in Italy. I have been in Africa for the past 17 years. I am a development expert. I work mainly with NGO, but I also work as a broader sustainability expert, and I work also at the conjunction with business and not for profit, which is the work that I've been doing in the past decades in Africa. We have been working with communities being able to speak many languages. What we do is we work together and we co-create projects that can impact the most vulnerable people on the ground, especially women. How we do that? We do that working with them, gathering their needs and going to respond at their specific needs. Which are those needs? Which are the practical solutions we can give? Sometimes at the COP, we got big words, but then implementation is the key. Implementation is what is really needed to go practical and to solve the problem downstream, where the impact are felt. Therefore, we mainly intervene in three key areas. One, we solve the energy problem. Women, especially in Africa, are the one that they have to provide for energy. They have to cook. So we provide basic technologies like energy saving stoves, which they reduce the impact on forest and what is called the biomass. Why I'm saying that? Because in Africa, and especially in the area where I work in Kenya, from 86 to 90% of the energy needs for cooking are provided by biomass. What is this? Charcoal or firewood? Where is the firewood coming from? The firewood is coming from the forest. So women have to walk maybe sometimes long distances on their back with 15 or more kilos of firewood, carrying it at home. What do we need? With a simple stove, we reduce by 50 to 60% the amount of firewood needed, which translates in 1.5 ton of wood taken off from the back of women. Then we work giving them solution for lightening. We want them people to be educated. We want people to be able to remove the paraffin and others polluters and hazardous solutions that are used now for lightening. So we provide small off-grid kits. Then again, in the conservation, as you know, conserving on an empty stomach is always difficult. So we tie together conservation with livelihood enhancement. So we work together with people, of course, to create plan for management of forest and key water areas. We work toward the creation of sub-catchment management, so to conserve the catchments, key catchments in the area, because we want also to be sure the key area for agriculture and wildlife are conserved. And then we couple that together with economic and livelihood enhancement. Therefore, people, they can see the benefit on conservation. We provide seeds, we provide biogas, we provide small livestock, which is fast and can go to market very fast and can be coupled with biogas. And again, we work holistically together with the communities. And we work also as another activity is the honey. Honey as a non-timber forest product as a double purpose. Putting an hive on a tree can show really the value of that tree for the community, and they can get an income out of it, therefore conserving the environment. In a nutshell, what we need and what I've taken out of the COP, we need really to go at the grassroots level, at the implementation level, to really give solutions. The talks and the discussion are really important to set the targets. Then it is us to go and implement and work with the communities, because there's no time left. If we don't work in these decades, our planets and our entire civilization can be lost. So it's timely said that the UN said is the UN decade for restoration. We need to restore, we need to rebalance the planet and work really where the impact are most felt. Everywhere, and every single act counts. As a consumer, as a person, as a not-for-profit, as a profit, as a business, your action counts. My favorite part has been able to connect and discuss and see how the countries are coming together. This is not something that we are discovering today. We have known this thing from the 70s. The first report about sustainability and this was in the 70s. And we have been working with community from the past 17 years, doing in fishery, mangroves, rice, all over Africa. So, now what I've seen and what I really like is finally the world seems to come at consensus. Is it too late? Maybe yes, maybe no, but it's time to act. That is what I really struck, and then the message I want to give now is time to act. Thank you.
My name is John Munene. I work with another NGO in Kenya, NECOFA, Network for Eco Farming in Africa, in partnership with another NGO from Italy, known as Manitese. And we work from highlands of west of Rift Valley in Kenya, Molo, with small-scale farmers who are mostly women. And we do help them farm organically in order to change the environment. And we do have challenges in Kenya because we are rain-fed. We do rain-fed agriculture. So when the climate changes, it really affects us as farmers because we cannot even predict the season. Nowadays, there's no way you can predict the season as before. So you plant a plant and then you find them dry, and then you go back again, fetch for another seed, of which is another problem because even the livelihood of these farmers is still very poor. So we do help farmers in engagement of changing the environment by using organic materials. And I've gained a lot of experience in this COP because I've had other farmers having similar problems, but in different ways. But we have come to learn, we have even more seaweeds, which can be used like fertilizers. So, and in our place, we usually throw them away. So it's an experience. And also the electric cars we found there's a truck which has been developed, and it uses electricity which can be charged with solar power, and that can be very, very beneficial to the African countries. My favorite part of this event was I had a panel with the Ministry of Environment in Scotland, and she really gave us support by telling us we should not give up and we should try our best and recycle the material we harvest from our fields so that at least we generate more organic soil.
Okay, that's great. I didn't know about the seaweed, like the weed that you're talking about. That's a very sustainable way to make like find the fertilizer.
Yes,
use
the
the fertilizer.
seaweed is very rich in the nutrients, and it's a natural way of fertilizing our land, our soils, and also it can change the soil texture. And by so doing, we reduce the runoff. So the floods are reduced because there's a lot of seeping of water in the underground.
And the truck, like what was the technology that you
Yeah,
were
it was
talking?
technology. A truck was made for electrical truck, which can be supported, charged by a solar system. And in Africa, because electricity is not really available to every farmer, you find that the solar one can really help the farmer because it is charged by a solar panel. So it's possible to have we have the sun most of the time. So with that, it can be no problem to us.
What company is this from? Like, or is it available to the public to buy it?
This company is from Holland, and we found that they said your Google is Ox something, Ox.
Okay. I'll have to look into that.
Yeah, Ox something. I can't remember the other name, but it's Ox. It's a solar truck.
Okay.
Yeah, Ox. And they said they have even some in Rwanda, which is an East African country. And Rwanda is close to Kenya. So if it is performing in Rwanda, then it will do better in Kenya also. I think it's a good thing to have all the world together and at least have a solution to our climate, because we really depend on this climate, all of us. And we also should think about our future generations.
Hello, my name is Elbia Ganon. I'm from Brazil. I'm CEO of Abeólica, Brazil Wind Power Association. I work with renewable energy. I work with wind. I'm here in this COP26. It's my fourth COP here because I've been discussing about to include more renewable sources in the system. We know that the energy is responsible for 74% of greenhouse emission, and it's very important to improve renewable. Brazil is a very rich country in renewable sources. We have water, we have wind, solar plants, and the biomass. And here we work in order to improve more investments in wind, especially wind offshore. I'm vice chair in Global Wind Energy Consortium, and we made a big coalition here for attracting investments in renewable sources. My experience in this COP, actually, I believe that the most part of people expect that this COP will give us delivers, because we know, everybody know that we know exactly what we need to do, but it's very important to deliver things. We are expecting, so excited expectation about the report in the end of this day, is the end of the COP. And we have noticed that we will have some things that we can expect about to reduce investment in fossil fuel. Fossil fuel is really important to reduce. It's very important to understand amounts about financing for developing country mainly. And we really expected from the big emission countries like China, India, United States, Brazil, European countries, that they will deliver things for us. I expect that. Here in this COP26, I have my favorite place, that this room is the press room, is a very cool place to stay, to meet people, to discuss. I went in pavilion, and a lot of countries, it was really worth to visit, to see. I'd like to highlight Japan pavilion, that they have a hydrogen station. It's very interesting. And Japan launched yesterday the new car that will use hydrogen as a fuel. And we are so happy to see, because this will happen in December. Hydrogen is a big answer for reducing greenhouse emission. And I'm so happy with this. Then my highlight about this COP, when you talk about the energy, is about hydrogen.
I really hope you enjoy the interviews, and please let us know in the comments section what you learned or what you liked about hearing about COP26. Thank you.